The FDA and CDC are sending warnings about Botox injections. In recent weeks, they've revealed at least 22 women developed symptoms after getting fake Botox from unlicensed or untrained injectors. Patients in at least 11 states, including Texas, were hospitalized for breathing and swallowing trouble and blurred vision. Concerns growing as social media ads offer quick weekend trainings for anyone to become an injector. Doctors caution, without proper training and medical supervision, injections could cause a risk of longer-lasting side effects of droopy eyelids, swelling, uneven facial expressions, or worse. Investigator Arezow Doost discovered how this cosmetic industry operates largely unregulated, sometimes out of the back room of salons and boutiques in towns across Texas.
2.5 hours north of Austin sits the town of Dublin, the Irish capital of Texas.
Hometown, it's what Dublin feels like, you know, mom and pop shop.
Last summer, one woman, as luck would have it, found a shop here offering Botox out of its back room.
We went specifically for a lip flip. So just Botox in my lips.
The woman agreed to an interview if we didn't reveal her identity about her procedure.
And I was like, okay, I need a second. Just kind of feeling a little dizzy.
And the moment her luck ran out.
I just remember waking up and there being like bright lights and people in my face and everything like that, and panic.
She says she fainted. An EMS report also details a 5-minute seizure and vomiting.
The injector did ask our EMS staff, you know, what do I do to make sure this doesn't happen again? Well, the only way to make sure this doesn't happen again is to, you know, ensure that your patient qualifies for the injection.
The woman says she has no record of what she signed online with the injector earlier that day, only an email inviting her to start her treatment and download the company's app.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think we would be, you know, investigating what somebody's injecting in people's lips.
While it's not illegal for someone to inject Botox, because of what happened in this case, Dublin police are now investigating if this injector was practicing medicine without a license. In Texas, Botox injectors must have someone licensed in medicine supervising, like a physician assistant, a registered nurse, or a doctor serving as a medical director, in case there are any complications. An attorney for Texas-based MySpaLife confirmed this injector had completed its training. But police tell us the company's medical director, listed online back then, was a pediatrician in Tyler, more than 3 hours away, who hasn't returned our repeated calls and emails. The company's attorney would not respond to questions about this specific case for privacy reasons, but says MySpaLife does not provide any medical procedures and has developed an app to connect people with a licensed medical practitioner without having to go into an office. That practitioner can then supervise and authorize an injection. Dublin police would only confirm medical staff was not at the shop the day of the emergency. Other steps that might have been taken are part of the ongoing investigation. And because it's ongoing, we've chosen not to identify the injector or the shop where she worked.
We will handle any charges that are come to the person who did the injection.
Chair lays out Senate Bill 1120 and recognizes Senator Schwertner explain the bill.
As police across Texas try to enforce the safety measures they can, one state lawmaker, Senator Charles Schwertner, who's also a doctor, is pushing for broader oversight. He filed legislation last regular session to prohibit estheticians and cosmetologists from administering Botox and other injectables unless they're licensed or authorized.
I think it is incumbent that we as a state protect Texans and their health and safety and welfare when it comes to any sort of invasive procedure.
Schwertner's bill aimed to give Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation authority to discipline those professionals.
Any individual that is involved in the care, in this case, the cosmetic care of an individual, is held accountable when something goes wrong, and that they should have had the proper level of education, experience, and training.
The bill stalled after passing the Senate, but he plans to refile next session and promises to use what we've learned to craft an even stronger bill.
Shine the spotlight on this problem. We can work with our lawmakers to provide the government oversight that is needed for the safety of our citizens.
I think it's definitely important to have proper training, for sure, especially with injections going into the face. It's a very scary thing, and I feel like it's not something to be messed with.
Arezow Doost for State of Texas.
The FDA has issued a black box warning for the medications used for Botox. That's the most serious warning because of potentially dangerous side effects. Doctors say that's why it's important to have supervision from someone with a medical background. What happens when the Texas Medical Board takes disciplinary action against doctors when it comes to Botox? We'll explore what the state can do to protect patients who pay for these procedures when our investigation continues.